Welcome to the Climate and Water Outlook for October to December 2016. This September has been the wettest on record for the Murray-Darling Basin, but drier than usual in the west. Above average rainfall and stream flows are likely to continue for the rest of 2016. First, let's look at recent conditions. Australia as a whole had its second wettest September on record. In eastern Australia, the Murray-Darling Basin broke its September rainfall record, which had stood since 1906. Some key agricultural regions have gone from El Niño dust bowls in May to lush green in September. However, heavy rainfall has also led to flooding in many parts of the country. Northern Australia had an early start to the build-up rains, with some places receiving their first 50 millimetres 2 months early. Cold seas off the Western Australian coast and cloud bands bypassing the state made less moisture available for rain. The lack of cloud and the cooler conditions resulted in one of WA's most severe frosts in a decade. The last frost of the season in WA usually occurs around the final week of September. Lower layer soil moisture is still well above average across most of Australia. Soils in the east are particularly wet, increasing the risk of floods with any further rainfall. Storages continue to rise as water flows through the landscape. Murray-Darling Basin storages rose by over 3,000 gigalitres in September and are now at their highest levels in almost 3 years. However, storages in southwest WA are still at low levels. All this rain and cloud meant September was Australia's first cooler than average month since May 2015. So what's driving Australia's climate right now? The negative Indian Ocean Dipole, or IOD, had a resurgence in September. This has brought tropical moisture southwards, boosting rainfall for Australia. Models predict the IOD will ease back to neutral by the end of spring. In the Eastern Pacific, ocean temperatures have not reached La Niña levels, but warm waters around northern Australia may lead to some La Niña-like impacts. For now, our ENSO outlook remains at La Niña watch. So what's the rainfall outlook for the rest of 2016? Above average rainfall is likely across much of Australia. Outlook accuracy is high at this time of year. The highest odds for above average rainfall are in October, so be watchful for flooding in areas with sodden soils. Keep an eye on the Bureau's website for flood forecasts and warnings. Turning now to the streamflow forecast for September to November. Medium to high streamflows are expected at most locations. Accuracy for our streamflow forecast is high at this time of year. In terms of temperatures, days and nights are likely to be cooler than usual across much of Australia. Accuracy for this outlook is high at this time of year. The bushfire outlook indicates above normal fire potential for many areas. Increased vegetation growth over winter and spring will typically dry out over summer, providing more fuel than usual, increasing fire potential later in the season. So in summary, above average rainfall is likely across much of Australia. With soils already wet and high stream flows more likely, flood risk is raised. Temperatures are likely to be cooler than usual in most places. For more details, go to our website at bom.gov.au/climate/ahead. You can also get updates via Facebook and Twitter. Our next video will be released on Thursday, the 27th of October. For the Bureau of Meteorology, I'm Paul Fakemer.